Alright guys, welcome back to my Heist updates. I am Creed and today we're breaking down the full story of season 7 because now that all the gallery cards are out, this might be the craziest storylines they have done so far. Trust me, this is not just another New York is in danger situation, this is timelines collapsing, heroes getting arrested, Black Cat playing everyone, and by the end of it we might actually have two Jean Greys in the same city, or Cyclops and Captain Marvel finally joining the roster. So let's start from the beginning. After the whole vampire crisis with Dracula, New York is already in a bad spot. The city barely has time to recover before something even worse starts happening. People in lower Manhattan suddenly see this massive red light covering the skyline centered on Alchemax Tower, and the reality just breaks. The building literally falls on itself like paper, disappears, and then instantly gets replaced by something completely different, futuristic structure, like it doesn't even belong in this timeline. And it doesn't stop there, the parts of city start changing, like different versions of New York are overlapping on top of each other. This is where we realize the real problem. The time itself is collapsing, not just glitches, actual timelines bleeding together. Enter Wilson Fisk. Instead of handling this like a normal crisis, Fisk locks the entire area down, evacuates all civilians, and uses the situation to do something he has been clearly wanting to do for a while. He bans all heroes completely. If you have powers and you're operating in New York, now you're a criminal. It doesn't stop there, he starts arresting heroes and throwing them into the vault, a high security prison. And one of the biggest names he locks up is Luna Snow, not just a superhero but a global K-pop star and a member of the Tiger Division. At that point, this isn't just a New York issue anymore, it is international. But while all this is happening in public, behind the scenes, Fisk is panicking because he knows he can't actually fix what's happening to the city, so he makes a deal with a mysterious entity known as the Gilded Saint. The Saint tells him straight up, bring me the tablet of life and time and I'll fix the timeline. Refuse and I'll take the city for myself. So Fisk agrees, but there's a problem. Tablet isn't just lying around, it is inside Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. And if you know anything about Marvel, that is not a place you can just walk into. Fisk brings in someone who can. Black Cat. Now this is where things start getting really interesting because Felicia shows up and right away she hints that something else is going on. She literally says she saw a nine-tailed fox following her before disappearing. That is White Fox already watching her from the shadows before the mission even begins. Fisk offers Black Cat full immunity and a control over the part of the city if she steals the tablet. She agrees, but you can already tell she's not doing this for him. Somehow she actually pulls it off. She breaks into the sanctum, gets the tablet and delivers it back to Fisk to the Gilded Saint. Saint uses it, casts the magic across the city, and it actually works. Partially. The timeline collapse stops spreading, but the central anomaly, the Alchemax building, doesn't change at all. It's completely unaffected, like something is shielding it from even that level of power. Still, the Saint thinks the deal is done. He takes the tablet and leaves. And we get one of the biggest plot twists of the entire season when Saint finally tries to use the tablet later for himself. It is fake. Black Cat played everyone. She gave him a forgery, kept the real tablet for herself, and disappeared. At the same time, there is someone else moving in the background this entire season, White Fox. Like Fisk, she immediately understands this isn't just a city problem, it's a multiversal one. She tries to work with him at first, but he shuts her down completely, and the moment he arrests Luna Snow, that is it. She goes rogue, she sets up a secret base at Empire State University and starts hiding heroes in plain sight. Strange is working as a surgeon under an alias, Reed Richards is a professor, Invisible Woman is blending in as a student, Spider-Man doesn't even have a fake identity, he is just Peter Parker. That's why we're getting these university casual looking scenes for every hero this season. She basically builds an underground resistance while also investigating what's actually causing the timeline fractures. Eventually, everything starts to settle. The spread of the distortion stops, Fisks lose power, the hero ban gets lifted, the vampires are defeated again. On the surface, it looks like a win, but it is not. The Alchemax anomaly is still there, the timeline damage isn't fixed, and the most importantly, the tablet of life and time is still missing. Which brings us to the final moment of the entire season. We see Jean Grey and Rogue sitting at a cafe, trying to relax after everything that has happened. Rogue is treating it like a victory. Fisk is gone, city is safe for now. But Jean isn't buying it. She points out that the timeline is still broken and that something bigger is coming, and while they're talking, she mentions something else, Cyclops. She says their psychic bond is gone, but she can still feel him, close, warm, like he is somewhere nearby. So at first, you might think the next part is going to set up Scott's return, but then the scene flips. The Alchemax building in the distance pulses with red energy, and across the street, someone else is watching them. Jean doesn't notice, but here's the important part. She can read their mind. Not because it's blocked, because it has the same exact thought pattern as Rogue. And that changes everything. Because that's not Cyclops, that's something way bigger. The line says the mysterious figure has the same exact thought patterns as the woman sitting across from Jean, which is Rogue, and if you know the comics, Rogue actually absorbed Captain Marvel's memories and powers for a long time. Carol's consciousness was literally inside her. So technically, you could argue that someone with similar thought patterns as Rogue might actually be tied to Captain Marvel. We already know Captain Marvel has been teased for Marvel Rivals. I'm not saying that is 100%, but it is a possibility that could be hinting on Carol Danvers showing up in Season 8. Now we're going to talk about the actual teasers in the final gallery cards, because this is where things start lining up really well. In the background you can clearly see what looks like a Cyclops visor or sunglasses, and that isn't random either because Cyclops was already teased back in Season 6 during the Rogue's wedding, and that's when we found out Scott didn't just disappear. He got caught in that time stream entanglement, basically lost somewhere in the timeline itself. Now fast forward to Season 7, what is the main problem? Time breaking, timelines overlapping, and the Alchemax building becoming the center of that entire distortion. Now, if that same time-related anomaly is still active at Alchemax, it actually makes perfect sense that Cyclops could be coming back through it, almost like the timeline is finally spitting him back out into the main reality. And if Marvel Rivals sticks to what they usually do, they don't just tease one character, they tease two. So Cyclops feels like the obvious one here, but the second figure, it could be something Phoenix related, like the evil version of the Phoenix, but it might actually be Captain Marvel as well. But there is actually one hero that might already be getting teased. If you look closely at the same gallery card, there's a Devil Dinosaur plush sitting on the bookshelf, and at first that might seem just like a random detail, but that isn't the first time we have seen him. Back in Season 6, Devil Dinosaur was literally shown in the Collector's Museum, and we even saw him on the map, and thanks to Deadpool we actually know he got freed. Timeline wise, he's not locked away anymore, he is out there. Now combine that with what is happening in Season 7, time distortions, different eras colliding, reality is breaking, and suddenly a giant red dinosaur showing up in New York doesn't sound that crazy anymore. If the Devil Dinosaur comes, he is not coming alone. That means Moon Girl is right there with him, and that duo actually fits the game perfectly. Moon Girl is one of the smartest characters in Marvel, building gadgets, techs, weapons, while Devil Dinosaur brings pure strength. The craziest part is they can even swap consciousness. It could lead to some really unique gameplay mechanics, and it's not like this would be their first time either. Tease has already used Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur in other Marvel games, so they're clearly familiar with the characters. So now if you look at all the teases together, Cyclops is staring us in the face, Captain Marvel is a strong possibility, and Devil Dinosaur is literally hidden in the background. So Season 8 might not be as predictable as we think. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do you think that was actually another Jean or an evil version of Phoenix, or Captain Marvel finally joining the roster, and two other heroes, Cyclops and Devil Dinosaur, could be joining the game at Season 8? Watch one of the videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.